We did see mixed results though on the Julian mid. We saw Udo absolutely dominating, destroying his lane, but now we're gonna have to see if maybe perhaps it gets left open again. Jumping in straight into the game, Rebellion opting to go for the red side again, leaving the Akai out. They banned out the Fanny, Valentina, and the Natalia, so ONIC, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They go for the same draft. That's going to be the Akai. Rebellion, do they respond with the same pick here? Last time it was the Julian and the Beatrix. I think with them losing the game, there you go. Already an adjustment. 1-1 was left open. They pick it up with the Yves.
Ooh, I like this a lot better for Rebellion right now. Suelo is known to be a really great Yves player. I think this suits his playstyle a little bit more, exactly like we were talking about earlier. And with the 1-1 being picked up as well, it is going to be two huge power picks secured by Rebellion. And now, how will ONIC actually go for this? Because they do still have the possibility of picking up the Phobius, understanding that the Esmeralda has already been banned.
Right. And honestly, with Keyboy in the picture, I wonder if we will see a Selena, man. Because, you know, we saw Beloyski try and show up with it. But maybe that'll be... Oh, hang on! We don't know where this Diggy is going yet, but this is already a completely different look, man. So they have the Beatrix, they have the Diggy and the Akai now, so there's absolute safety for any backline members. Any kind of crowd control, any kind of dive in will be completely nullified. And for Rebellion, I don't know if that would like funnel them into a very backline heavy composition.
Okay, one, we're used to seeing Diggy when Samo's playing. And Samo gets traded out and we see a Diggy. Second of all, other than the fact that he can negate all those things that Arashi mentioned, the crossbow of Tang is not going to be as easy to pull off now that there is the Diggy.
Yeah, more mobility. They can actually move out of the choke points very easily.
And his ultimate cancels the...
You're right, there you go, there you go. The Purify, remember the nerfs, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys paid attention to the patch notes, which you guys should, the nerfs onto 1-1 is that now, when 1-1 takes the weakness points off of her enemies, if the opponent has a Purify, all the weakness points come back. So, with the Diggy ult, that's basically a 5-man Purify. So, yeah, more mobility, a shield, and 1-1's gonna have a tough time going up against this Diggy comp, especially with the Akai as well. This seems like a draft specifically made to just counter that 1-1. Beatrix absolutely dominates 1-1 in lane. Once she gets level 4, Sniper, Wesker, just such a deadly combo for the 1-1 to deal with. But now we're jumping in once again into the second phase. Rebellion with the Phobius ban, knowing that they have a 1-1. Julian banned out from ONIC, knowing that kill pressure that Rebellion can still go and opt for in that mid lane. But now, final bans. Rebellion should be, I don't know. This Akai, where is it going, right? This is why Akai is so meta. This is why he's always first pick. You don't know where he's going. XP, roam, jungle.
It's so annoying. I mean, we did mention that Professor KB, the future, and all of us agree that it really doesn't have a lot of value as a roamer anymore. There's less value at least. So Rebellion, they actually opt for the respect ban onto the Ling, right? And so, I don't know, man. ONIC, it seems like they have a lot of maneuverability, a lot of security. So I wonder if they're going to pick something really backline heavy, or are they going to use it as a mind game and not instead pick something very aggressive and catch Rebellion completely off guard? Because they are on a Franco, and we all know what happens when teams take the fight to the Franco instead.
They're really sticking with this Franco pick, yeah, for Val. I mean,
they really like it, man.
I mean, last game it didn't work out too well for them, but I guess that's the same thing they want to go for. The difference is now they have better high ground in that Yi. Previously, it was the Julian, and it was possible for them to do the really pick-off type of situation with that Iron Hook, but now, instead of the Julian, it's going to be into the real-world manipulation coming in from Yves. Let's just see how far this can go, as it is going to be a comment here by Aldo. Our attention is Dairon and Suelo, because they are the ones who can develop the game flow in Rebellion. So, Dairon and Suelo is going to be the highlight here for the side of ONIC Esports.
Yeah, already. I think the Thamus will be coming into the hands of Dairon. We've mentioned how Dairon really excels when he can have those playmaking moments. And honestly, as a Thamus, you can win, right? You can dominate lane, you can be unstoppable in the front, but you can't really make the plays. So I wonder if this pick is suitable for Dyron. And we've mentioned again the lack of other methods of engagement aside from the Franco. Rebellion might want to look into something of that nature, because right now they can only engage with the real manipulation aside from the Iron Hook. And for ONIC, that will most likely be going to Boots, I believe. The Paquito in the lane, being able to just go toe-to-toe against the Thamus, and it will be the Lilia, man.
Signature Sans. Signature Sans, as predicted from the from when he was in, right?
Yeah.
When the substitution came in, Lilia. That was just in my head because of the plays that he was able to make during SEA Games. But now it's the Paquito to counter the Thamus. It's the Lilia in the mid lane with so much pressure and sustainability with the Diggy as well. How do you lock down an ONIC composition? Rebellion needs a hard engage hero here to wrap up their draft. In the jungle though, I don't know. What's left to create that? I think the best way to create this engage potential is pick up the Khalid right now, put the Thamus in the jungle.
Right. It's a bit risky, but it's possible. But Rebellion, they go for the Lancelot instead. So now we'll just have to see if this pays off, man. We have a comment here from Victor of BTK. If anyone can beat BTK, I think it's RBL, he says.
Yeah. What? Well, he just said it during the interview.
On stage.
Yeah, for those of you who missed it, bold statement.
Bold statement. Well, let's see, ladies and gentlemen, both of the drafts already completed. I personally do not like that last pick, Lancelot, Eterna.
How so?
You're up against an Akai. You want to secure objectives. How are you going to secure objectives when there's a heavy spin, a big fat panda in the way?
And there's a lot of security as well. You don't have anyone who can set up the burst. You know, some teams, they set up a big engage and then there's a Phantom Execution, there's a Thorn Rose, but that won't be available in this game. So Fearless, he has a lot to do on his own without any backup. And we talked about this, the heroes not being able to play around, combo around with each other. That might be the issue for Rebellion right now.
He's quite fearless. Let's pick up that Lancelot up against this composition, but we'll see if that works out in the end. The MPL arena is ready. We here on the caster desk are ready as well. We're gonna jump straight into the game, and Val starts it off with a hook onto Keyboy already.
Already being very aggressive as that roamer, like we come to expect. You can hear the chanting here from the arena. Already so much passion here already going on. But once again, I do want to highlight that I really do like this hero chosen by Sans in Lilia, because he can also be very aggressive. As you can see here, the damage onto the roamer is immense. But once again, Dyron here actually rotating towards that bottom side.
Uh-oh, first blood in game number 1, and now, oh my god, almost turning it around, but it's going to be Rebellion who picks it up against Kyrie. So already a change of pace in game number 2.
That was a very good roam by Dyron to come in, and before Boots can even, arrive, right? I think this is what we talked about. Paquito will win later on with the ultimate, with the level 4, but early on, level 1 to 2, Dyron is, on the Thamus that can have so much control.
Heis is getting harassed in that bottom lane. If Keyboy keeps doing that, it's going to be very difficult, and it's actually forcing Val as well to start babysitting his 1-1 and actually going to prevent the rotations coming in from Rebellion Zion to be as aggressive in that mid as well as that top side, understanding that the turtle is going to spawn in under a few seconds. But look at this Keyboy.
Oh my god, the sniper shot, CW flickers in. That's the killer instinct. He picks it up 1 for 1 right now. But it's just so annoying as a 1-1 player. If you're up against a Diggy, you straight up do not play. The amount of pressure that Diggy has, and you're already on a Beatrix. CW, man!
He doesn't care. He is doing everything he can. He pushes for the goal. And now with the turtle up there and with CW having a lead in that gold lane, ONIC Esports can funnel all their resources into this top side.
People are taken down there before the fight even starts in. Kyrie has the heavy spin here. Will be forced to use it as Dyron just goes in, but no, Kyrie's just holding on to it. Meanwhile, on the back line, Sans is actually getting so much space as they targeted Kyrie. Boots flickers in on this way low. One more hit will do it. Dyron's still able to get away, but it's gonna be Val pulling Boots back. Vengeance pop. Dyron surviving with 1 HP, and Rebellion come out on top once again. A 1 for 0.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, Lilia against a really melee type of composition is going to be difficult because you can get punished by how aggressive you come to play. Because of the AoE damage and the slow that eventually will start to work its way up, it's going to be hard for Rebellion Zion, and therefore they need to really calculate this properly. Sans needs to be taken down from the get-go if they do dream of getting those objectives on the board.
Well, Dream Rebellion is the tagline, ironically. But for Rebellion Zion, as you can see, they got very, very low, so it's a bit dangerous here. But ONIC Esports, they are still able to get the control and go for the Turtles lane, buy the Samsung Galaxy A series. And I think it's a bit interesting to see that Rebellion Zion, they are finding success by targeting Kyrie in this engagement, targeting the tank.
Uh-oh, Val's under the turret. Takes so much damage there, but look at the time journey there. Popped and used. CW gonna be taken down by Fearless, who jumps in. Flashy plays by Fearless. Is he able to get out? The great escape here as he is forced to go under the turret. Kyrie comes in to finish the job off, and meanwhile on the bottom side, it's actually Suelo who gets taken down as well. A 2-for-0 for ONIC Esports.
A trade here. It does seem like Fearless gets taken down as well as from the side of ONIC Esports. They are leading quite a bit, but this is very different to game number 1. Now, it seems like Rebellion Zion, they do have more fight. They're looking for more initiatives on the board as we're going to take a look at the emblems here for both teams.
It's more of a tanky approach from the side of T-Boy on that Digi. We'll have to see if it becomes pure utility or is he going to build semi-mage, semi-damage, because the traps are absolutely annoying, and in the late game, it's only going to get worse, but he gets hooked in.
Keyboy is going to fall here to the hands of Highs. Maybe not. Wait a minute. Real World Ablation time journey is there. Keyboy, he just gets out. That's the swag walk right there. He didn't even sweat.
What? That is insane.
And it's a steal. Kyrie with the orange buff steal with the retribution. Fearless actually, he got out retreat there.
Out retreat, and Sans right here is trying to do his best to pressure the lane as much as possible. With Val getting chunked in, this is a chance for ONIC Esports to pressure, and they do so in the top side.
Inferno, Pop Gyra, and Vengeance is still available. He will pop it at the end, but the damage will be too much for him to handle. ONIC picking kills off on the board. CW, let's go with the recalls onto the missed hook of Val.
Man, disrespect here happening right now between ONIC as well as Rebellion Zion. As ONIC Esports, they're looking to pick up the tempo once again, as Boots is going to be able to get that objective in that top side turret. And they are going to be claiming this one. It is going to be the first turret to fall. But look at this. It does seem like ONIC Esports and Rebellion Zion, they want to fight for this next turtle.
Fighting in the jungle, those Sans is able to do a lot of damage. And members of Rebellion are forced to walk through the balls. And Sans just gets huge amounts of damage and guarantees a turtle for his team, but the engage happens.
Uh-oh, they go on to Kyrie. Not a good target. Kyrie turns it around and gets the damage done. But ONIC Boots comes in from behind with a triple kill onto Suelo. He just needs one more hit to secure it. That's the triple kill presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series. And to top it off, it's Dyron who gets picked off. Maybe a wipeout here as Highs tries to run away. Has to cross both tank. Will pop it at the end. Boots take it low. He's still able to sustain back up, and that's another going to ONIC Esports. My goodness.
ONIC Esports taking so many members from the side of Rebellion Zion down, leading with a 5,000 gold lead, and already a Lord is going to be on its Turtle, is already on its way. They are going to be able to secure another tower in that bottom side, and Rebellion Zion doesn't look to have a solution to all the aggression happening.
As we said earlier, man, when you're on Franco, the more you fall behind, the game isn't going to get any easier for you at all. Unless maybe you take it all the way to the late game. But Kyrie makes the big play. He goes in for the steal, and Fearless is without a purple buff yet again.
To quote Kyrie, that's a Samsung retreat. His retreat is so on point on his streams and using it in Samsung. But look at this. Kyrie once again finding Highs. Goodbye. Nibiru's passion. So much damage. Oh my goodness. That's the Hunter Strike build. So he didn't even have the Hunter Strike for that. Just wow. Yep. I don't know what to say. Okay. That was so much damage.
Exactly. I mean, we were talking about chemistry issues, and we don't see that happening whatsoever. ONIC Esports, they're working their way as a team. All the follow-up, all the support. As soon as Kyrie is able to get a moment, the instant response coming in from CW as well as Keyboy is so evident that it's actually quite insane to watch. Once again, both of the lanes, top and bottom, is going to be pushed to its utmost capacity, and Rebellion Zion is still going to be falling short here. The problem is, all the ideas that they had with the hook, with the real-world manipulation, and everything else that they had in their arsenal, like the crossbow of Tang as well, is completely negated from Keyboy. So they need to be able to work around this. Try and, you know, what do you call it? Trigger the time journey and maybe look for a team fight afterwards.
Absolutely, but the thing is, the team fights don't even happen. ONIC, they just take the game using the neutral objectives. But Arashi, one question before this fight starts. If you want to get a good retribution, what do you need? Samsung. And Fearless, pinned down CW with the concede. Oh my god, Fearless gets out with the Thorn Rose, almost sniped down. Sans jumps in very aggressively. CW with the snipes.
That is pain, man.
That is very painful.
That is absolute pain by the side of CW. He gets the pickoff. And ONIC, they're not letting up, man. And without any control in the jungle, right now, Val can't do anything. He needs to wait until ONIC Esports is in the base, and maybe then there's a possibility. But right now, it doesn't matter if you get a hook. Kyle right now getting pressured under the tower. He will be able to survive with the vengeance, but that will be members of the pushed away.
The tickles Boots at this point, and Boots, oh my god, with the flicker, turns it around, 1v2, winning it out. Eterna, this is a massacre.
That's not fair. That's not fair. Rebellion Zion, they were looking for what they could. They tried to find a trade in that bottom side, knowing that it was only Boots in a 2v1 situation, mind you, against the tank as well as the gold laner. How did Boots pull that off?
He just said, okay, that was good, my turn.
Yeah.
He just smacks Heist in the side of the head, and that will be the end of him for now. Rebellion Zion on the defensive. They need to try and get a value hook, or maybe perhaps CW. Someone that critical. Otherwise, everyone else will be happy to tank that hook and let the rest of the team just steamroll the members of Rebellion Zion.
The thing is, Arashi, if Val hooks a tanky member, if he hooks Kyrie, yeah, you know, it's a gamble every time he throws that hook out. If he gets Boots, Kyrie, or Keyboy, it's not gonna work. It's really not gonna work. They're just so tanky. The time journey is there. The heavy spin can just pin all the members down, and just as I say it, he goes in for Kyrie, who doesn't even take any damage here. Just gets chunked to a third of his health. Sans also just using the black shoes to get back, and that's another free Lord. Well, the first free Lord for ONIC Esports, but another free neutral objective presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
The way that they're able to just kind of like trigger their own ultimates out for no reason is insane right now as we're looking. And it seems like another turret is going to fall. You can see that snipe go in onto Val, taking half his health. And we'll see what happens here. Sans goes in very aggressively.
Sans goes in aggressively, but the black shoes is available. And just like that, they kite in and out of danger. And there's no punish from Rebellion Zion. There's no other option but the iron hook. They're so dependent on this hook landing on the value character. And with Kyrie and Boots just standing in the front, it won't happen. They won't let it happen.
Okay, let's see. Once again, it's going to be ONIC. We're looking for the siege here up top. Rebellion Zion trying to defend, but look at the slows coming from Sans, able to get that kill. CW with a double kill as he flickers forward to pick that up. Fearless against the world with Dyron as well. Swaylo taking low inside of the base, and ONIC will try to wipe them out before they end the game. In the end, it's a 2-0. 11 minutes is all it took for Kyrie and ONIC Esports to take the victory. Clean sweep.
That's gonna be one of the most fastest games as well here in MPL ID Season 10. I mean, how many minutes?
11.
11 minutes.
Right on the mark.
2-0, man.